Hair loss is traditionally thought to be a male problem, but recently I've been seeing more female patients seek help for hair loss. And these female patients experience thinning of their hair or masculinization of their hairlines where it recedes and takes on a male appearance. Lastly, there's also more cases of post-COVID hair loss where patients experience acute hair loss after suffering from COVID. Receding hairline or bald spot represents an advanced stage of hair loss. It's important to catch hair loss in the early stages where treatments can be more effective. Early stages of hair loss will present with thinning of the hair or increased shedding of the hair, which is noticed during combing or drying or after a shower. It is normal to shed up to 50 hairs a day, but shedding above 100 hairs a day or hair coming out in large clumps is not normal. Both would be good. Topical minoxidil has a long history and proven effect in the treatment of hair loss. But in addition, I think it's a good idea to add on an oral hair growth supplement. And when picking a hair growth supplement, look out for ingredients that counteract the hormones DHT, dihydrotestosterone, as well as cortisol, as these are the hormones implicated in hair loss. And also look out for ingredients that provide the building block for new hair to grow. Severe physiologic stress, such as after pregnancy, after COVID, or even after a severe illness, will lead to a condition known as telogium effluvium, in which a large proportion of the hair on the scalp enters the resting phase, and the patient notices an acute increase in hair loss, with hair even coming out in big clumps. Sustained hair loss will lead to thinning of the hairline. The function of the hair follicle peaks in the 30s and 40s. As part of the normal aging process, hair follicles produce smaller and thinner hair shafts and spend a longer time in the resting phase. Even in normal individuals, in their 60s and 70s, it is normal to have visibly thinner hair. When a patient consults me for hair loss, I will first take a good medical history and I'll ask the patient what he or she observes, be it big clumps of hair falling out in the shower or during drying, or progressive thinning of the hairline. Next, I'll look into the patient's health issues, whether there's been any recent stressful life events, the family history of hair loss, and the current medication the patient is taking, as well as the nutritional status of the patient. Next, I would grade the patient's hair loss using clinical scales, the Norwood-Hamilton scale for men, as well as the Ludwig scale for females. Following that, I would perform a trichoscopic examination where I use a video magnifier to get a close look at the hair follicles. Next, I will explore the patient's concerns. Is there any upcoming life event, like a wedding, that the patient has a timeline on? And also, what treatments has this patient tried, be it previous TCM or herbal supplements? Treating hair loss is difficult and requires patience. The treatment plan typically lasts for at least 6 months and would include topical sprays, oral medications, in-clinic treatments, and hair growth supplements. Hair growth supplements are a useful adjunct to medical treatments as they provide the building block required for hair follicles to produce new hair shafts. I was one of the people affected by COVID. After that, for about 2 to 4 weeks, I had quite a bad case of post-COVID hair loss. My hair was coming out in big clumps. My hair was visibly thinner, which was quite upsetting. So I'm not sure if you can see. It thinned out quite a lot. So I immediately started taking hair growth supplements and I started applying a topical minoxidil 5%. And I did quite a lot of in-clinic treatments. And I'm happy to say after about 6 months, I felt that my hair grew back to its original state. With hair loss, one key is to treat it early. A lot of the hair growth treatments focus on boosting up the function of the hair follicle. So if you wait until it's too late and the hair follicle has completely regressed, then I don't think it's possible to regrow from there and you need a hair transplant. My advice would be to get treatment early. The second advice is to be patient because hair takes time to grow. You really need about 3 to 6 months to really see any results. So don't give up.